The history of conflict is rarely written in the ink of peace. It is carved into the hull of every ship that dares to challenge the void. And in The Gauntlet, the visceral, dust-choked, and adrenaline-drenched prequel to the Old Guns saga, J.N. Chaney delivers a masterclass in military origin storytelling. The perilous collision between a veteran's hardened pragmatism and a command structure that treats human lives as sacrificial data points. And the terrifying truth that when you enter the Gauntlet, you don't just face the enemy. You face the brutal, mechanical efficiency of a universe that is systematically pruning the weak. Chaney hooks the audience instantly by constructing a high-stakes, hyper-focused trap. A small, overlooked unit caught behind enemy lines must navigate a gauntlet of lethal prototype weaponry and hostile territory, knowing that their survival is the only thing standing between the fleet and total catastrophic annihilation. The narrative center zeroes in on the commander's calculated, high-pressure descent into the gauntlet, a strategically vital, censor-dead corridor that the military brass has deemed a suicide mission, but which the protagonist knows is the only path to turning the tide. As they traverse the shattered, asteroid-scarred ruins of abandoned forward bases and the dangerously quiet, nerve-wracking expanse of empty space, they realize that their mission is not merely to survive. It is to retrieve a cache of old gun technology that can bypass the enemy's impenetrable shields. The investigation into why this mission was assigned to their unit specifically quickly escalates into a dangerous, high-stakes tactical chess match as they discover that their own command has sacrificed them to test a new, reality-warping defense system. Forced to juggle the logistical nightmare of managing aging, fraying equipment, the constant, suffocating threat of betrayal from their own fleet, and the mounting, undeniable encounter with the cost of their own legendary tenacity, they must synthesize a new way of existing. One built on tactical aggression, radical, improvised engineering, and an unyielding, purely human refusal to let their unit become another forgotten casualty in the files. Chaney's writing style is unapologetically gritty, machine gun fast, and saturated with an intense, authentic blend of military sci-fi jargon, sharp, cynical, trench-hardened wit, and high-stakes environmental dread. He builds exceptional structural tension by pairing the mundane, aching routines of survival, repairing rusted, jerry-rigged weapons, maintaining supply lines in deep space, and enduring the quiet, crushing weight of leadership with the chaotic, nightmare-filled assaults of the enemy's experimental drone swarms. The story moves forward with a relentless, momentum-driven energy, turning routine tactical probes, calculated maneuvers through the Gauntlet's lethal hazards, and tense, high-stakes standoffs with lethal, bio-augmented shadows into pulse-pounding steps closer to an inevitable, reality-defining confrontation. The presentation thrives on this sharp, analytical focus, making every discovered signal, every executed combat maneuver, and every deep-seated fear confronted feel like a high-stakes victory for the human spirit. What makes The Gauntlet an exceptional entry in the modern military sci-fi canon is Chaney's unparalleled ability to develop a highly compelling, logic-driven veteran whose tactical discipline is treated as a supreme navigational asset rather than a tragic fading memory. Watch as they transform their experience with bureaucratic abandonment into a compass, learning to navigate the chaotic battlefield to outmaneuver an elite that operates with absolute terrifying precision. As the structural walls of their reality begin to collapse and the true scope of the Old Guns' history is exposed, the pacing transforms into a breathless, heart-pounding race to maintain the shred of truth they carry before their consciousness is permanently unstitched by the galaxy's relentless, power-hungry machinery. The final act is an absolute masterclass in suspense, delivering a barrage of explosive realizations, shattered paradigms, and a spectacular, jaw-dropping climax that completely leaves the reader thoroughly stunned. For fans of thrillers demanding a brilliant, character-driven, and masterfully paced exploration of war and betrayal, this book delivers an unforgettable shockwave.